Darlings, how are you today? We are having a spectacular day in the great state of Maine, and I'm actually about to head up to Freedom, which is both a literal and metaphorical place for me, to enjoy a little of that big fat moon we're having right about now. And it is Moon Day, Monday, and it's one worth celebrating. I'm going up there to let go of a few old things, including my old name, have a little burial, a little letting go ceremony, which I do at every full moon. But this one feels a little deeper and more special for me. There's a lot to let go of. Um, I spent my weekend at an event at Upaya Zen Center online. They're doing a lot of amazing programs. So if you're not already checking out what they're offering, you really should. There's like amazing stuff happening there all the time. And so this weekend was an event about love and death because I don't know how you spend your late summer weekends, but I like to spend mine thinking about love and death. There was this ritual that we did at the end where we went into breakout rooms on Zoom and we read this list. Um, Buddhism has a lot of lists. This one's called The Five Remembrances. And so I was in a room with 15 strangers and we all read this. And then when we were done, we just sat in silence together. And it was so moving to me how these words felt in my body and how that feeling and that energy shifted with each additional reading. How you could really feel each person in the way they read it and how it landed for them. And so I wanted to read it to you today, and then I'll put the text in the comments so that you can read it out loud for yourself and see, really not see, but feel where it lands in your body and what parts of it make you clench. And then maybe read it again and see if that shifts. So these are the five remembrances from the Anguttara Nikaya, which I was not familiar with at all until Sunday, yesterday. So these are the five remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. When people first started reading that, at first I felt this sort of clench of, this like tremendous sense of responsibility and feeling into, am I ready for that responsibility? And I think that's something that is certainly not unique to me and not unique to these times, but particularly potent in these times. what are our correct actions now? How do we have the humility to understand that we only see a small sliver of reality of the whole, and yet not be paralyzed by that? And for my part, if I do feel a clench from that responsibility and a sort of paralysis of, well, what is the right thing to do? What do I do next? And for me, having the confidence in my practice to just really be where my feet are so completely that that I don't worry about it. That I trust that the next right thing will appear. And I know that might sound kind of woo-woo magical, but you know what? I'm getting more and more woo-woo magical, so there's that. The next right thing just shows up. If I'm not trying to force something that I want, some egoic desire that I'm using to manipulate my energy to get, and instead just coming back into that home space and completely grounding and allowing the next right thing to arise. And that's really the fundamental difference. For me, it used to be, oh, I need a goal. I need to pursue this goal. Let me get this external thing. What can I do? What can I do to get that thing out there? And now it's like, oh, well, the more I try to force anything, the more fucked up everything's going to be. The more I just wait patiently and honestly and stay completely open, then I can just be responsive. I can be like those car lot balloon things, It's just let it run through me. Let it run through me. Something always happens. And if I react to it rather than respond to it, I'm going to get in the way of it. And I have the humility to know that I can't see what the next 7 million steps are, the next 7 million effects that would have come from me being responsive and doing the next right thing, and how different that is now from the 7 million effects that come from me clenching down and refusing to do that next right thing because I have some other idea about my goals. And these 5 remembrances were such a potent reminder of that for me. It's like, yeah, I am really just the straw in the cosmic Coke. I'm not here to make things happen. I'm here to respond and take responsibility for my role in what's already happening. And I can't know that if I'm efforting, if I'm clenching and straining towards something I think I want that reinforces who I think I am. Because that is fiction, that's bullshit, and that's the source of so much of the suffering that we're inflicting on each other right now. We can't afford that. We don't have time for that shit. That luxury is past. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. So I've been digging into some of the chants and stuff that I do as part of my practice, and what's under them, and what's the older tradition under these words that I'm saying. What do these words mean? What's their root? And so I was digging under this chant that's it's called the Compassionate Heart Dharani. And like Dharanis are, from what I've come to understand, they're more like a spell, which dovetails nicely with my sort of pagan Zen approach to things. And there's this, the Compassionate Heart Dharani is sort of related to Avalokiteshvara, who's like Kuan Yin, this bodhisattva of compassion. But sort of under that, as I was digging and digging and digging, part of the root of the Compassionate Heart Dharani was the Chundi Dharani, which Chundi, C-U-N-D-I, is the transliteration, comes from that same root as Kant. So it's coming from that, and it actually means absolute purity. So it's coming from this sense of this greater, vast feminine force, right? Like, what was the world before the Big Bang? What is that cosmic womb? What is the potential energy that's always living inside that, living, waiting? All of that potential energy for creation is just right there. And as someone in a lady body, that's inside me. I have this womb that I have never seen and probably will never see. And yet its influence on me is constant in my cycle, right? And then it's being influenced by the moon just as the tides are. So I feel this sort of intimacy with Chundi and like this magnetic field that's lying in wait for the creation of all things. And so the mudra for this, for the Chundi Dharani, is a Chundi root mudra, which looks, it's hard to turn around. It's very, very vulva-like, if I do say so myself. And so this is the mudra to hold to your heart as you chant the Chundi Dharani. And so this version of it has just been coming through lately in the morning when I wake up. And so I just wanted to chant it for you because I've come to really love it. Om Jale Chule Chundi Svaha. Om Jale Chule Chundi Svaha. Om Jale Chule Chundi, Om Jale Chule Chundi, Om Jale Chule Chundi Svaha. Happy Moon Day.